Every Saturday, like clockwork, the same boy stood outside our bakery window, never came in, never said a word, just stood there, hands in his hoodie, watching the pastries like they were priceless artwork. At first, we thought he was just shy, but weeks turned into months, and he never bought a thing. Some customers complained, "He's making people uncomfortable. Is he homeless? Should we call someone?" But I said no. Something in his eyes didn't say trouble. It said hunger and something else. Hope, maybe? One rainy afternoon, I finally stepped outside. "Hey, kid," I said, "you okay out here?" He nodded, then looked down like he'd done something wrong. I handed him a bag with 2 warm croissants and said, "On the house." He took it like it was gold, whispered thank you, and ran off down the block. After that, it became our ritual. Every Saturday, same spot, same bag of croissants. No questions, no small talk, just warmth exchanged in silence. Then one day, he stopped showing up. I waited by the window, croissants in hand, but nothing. I figured maybe his family moved away, or maybe he didn't make it. Years went by. The bakery stayed small but steady. People came and went, but I never forgot the boy by the window. Until last winter. A man walked into my shop in a crisp gray coat. Looked like a lawyer or something, but his eyes, they looked familiar. He walked up and said, "You probably don't remember me, but every Saturday when I was 9 years old, you gave me food when no one else did." He pulled something out of his coat, a small card. I looked at it and nearly dropped my coffee. It was a fully paid rental contract for a bigger space right down the block. "Your bakery," he said, "deserves more room. I'm the building's new owner. I renovated it with you in mind." I just stood there, speechless. He smiled, just like he used to, and said, "I couldn't pay you back then, but I've been building my life around that kindness ever since. Now I want to invest in yours." And that's how the boy who once watched from the window became the man who opened new doors for me. Sometimes the smallest kindness to a child plants a seed that grows into a forest of blessings. You might miss out on our next interesting stories if you are not following us. It started with a crumpled dollar bill, left under the bakery door, no note, no explanation. Just a single dollar slid halfway inside at dawn. At first I thought it was a prank, but then it happened again and again. Every morning like clockwork, a dollar bill, sometimes coins, always before sunrise. I checked the camera footage, and that's when I saw him. A small boy, maybe 7 or 8, hoodie too big for his frame, sneakers barely holding together. He'd tiptoe up, glance around nervously, and slip the money under the door, then vanish into the morning fog. I asked around. The street vendors hadn't seen him. The school across the block had no idea who he was. He didn't beg, didn't talk, he just gave. For weeks I let it be, until one morning I waited. He came, same time, and when he bent down to slide the coins under the door, I opened it. He froze, eyes wide like a deer caught in headlights. I knelt and asked, "Why are you doing this?" He looked down and mumbled, "Because I owe you, for my mom." That's when it hit me. 4 years ago, a woman used to come in here every morning, gaunt, tired, always ordering just one small coffee and nothing else. I'd sometimes sneak her a bagel. She'd say thank you with tears in her eyes. She stopped coming after a few months. I never knew why, until now. "Was she your mom?" I asked softly. He nodded. "She said you fed her when we had nothing, said this place smelled like hope." Then he whispered, "She passed last year, but I found her old purse. She wrote your bakery name on a napkin. So I come, to pay what she couldn't." I didn't know what to say. This kid, barely able to speak through the grief, had been returning scraps of money to honor a kindness done years ago. I told him to wait, ran back inside, grabbed 2 muffins, a sandwich, and a hot cocoa. He tried to refuse. I said, "Consider it a refund with interest." But that's not where the story ends. A year later, my bakery was struggling. Rent went up, sales went down. I was days away from shutting it down. Then one morning, a letter came in the mail. Inside was a check, $25,000, with a note that said, "From a grateful son," and a reminder that the smallest kindnesses echo for years. No name, no return address, but I knew exactly who it was from. The kid who once left dollars under my door had somehow grown into a man who saved the very place that once saved his mother. When you give without expecting, you make room for miracles that return when you need them most. You might miss out on our next interesting stories if you are not following us.